Looks like my Ultraman review got removed again. Thank you,
Bruh.
Susie, bitch. It's the 5th time I upload that shit, and it got removed. Well, I wonder what shall I upload for this week. Maybe something else, not movie review or not anime review. I wonder what shall I do for my YouTube channel.
Baba Booey.
Who's that in the door? Huh, I wonder who rang my doorbell at this time of day, and why am I hearing "Here We Go" the next of the door? I think this is not a segment for an intro or anything. Oh well, let's see what's outside and let's see who's there.
People kill for it. Here we go. We come in, you already know the rest. Here we go. We never settle 'cause we know it best. Here we go.
Godzilla vs. King Kong is, in my opinion, the best movie in the MonsterVerse. Reasons being decent human characters, good pacing, and oh my fucking god, they actually made the fight scenes look good! And lastly, Monkey got the L. But hold up a sec, you damn filthy redditors. I did like Kong in the film, and I like the idea of him being the main kaiju character, and that's why I got a figure of him. And I'm also planning to make a display of the whole GVK cast of Godzilla and Mechagodzilla. But for now, I only have the GMK Godzilla and the show of Mechagodzilla for now. But let's see if this King of the Hollow Earth, aka King Kong, is worthy for your kaiju collection. Sculpt and detail is always the top priority in SH Monster Arts figures, and on what job they did on Kong is pretty nice. I like the detail on the fur, I like the scar on his chest, and I like the default head. It gives life to Kong. And plus, this nice details all over around the figure, so it's pretty nice. But for one little nitpick, it's not really the movie accurate design. What they did, basically, they just got Kong's skeleton and just cover it up with skin and flesh. But I wish they used the CGI model to give us a more movie accurate design. But for what they did, it looks okay. It looks decent. And plus, to give this figure some slack, comparing this to the Playmates Kong and the Bandai Kong, in my opinion, the SH Monsters is the most movie accurate out of all of them. Now that's pretty much all the pros for sculpt and detail. Now for the paint, I don't know why I don't like this dark brown color for Kong. I remember in the movie they use a light brownish for Kong's fur. I don't know, maybe I'll just customize this Kong to make it more movie accurate for later on. Articulation is also a top priority in the SH Monster Arts line, but for this Kong figure, I feel like it really was a mixed bag. Now keep in mind, I'm not saying that this Kong figure has bad articulation, no, far from it. I'm saying that I heard some people who owned this figure accidentally breaking the joints, reasons being the joints were either too fragile or too tight. Unfortunately, this also happened to my friend Spinozilla. He accidentally broke his Kong figure at the waist at the ball joint that connects the body and one of the legs. So if I were you, if you're going to get this Kong figure, I suggest to grease this motherfucking monkey, bitch! Let's go! Grease the motherfucking monkey! Put some of that fucking... And plus, it's pretty easy. All you need is just a little bit of dish soap and a little bit of warm water. And plus, if you don't know how to do it, there's a lot of tutorials on how you can loosen up tight joints for your figures. So, you can just take your time and grease that monkey. I just don't want you to spend $70 for this figure and just accidentally breaking the joints while you're playing with your figure. So just take your time and loosen up the tight joints. Okay, now let's see the articulation of this monkey. Now every figure at the SH Monster Arts line always uses a combination of swivel joints and ball joints. Now let's start at the top of the head. Now at the head gives you 3 points of articulation, but it's kind of obtuse since the joint they use is a barbell joint, but it's okay. The barbell joint gives you a lot of range of articulation that makes the head of Kong go up and down and a little bit of left and right. Now let's go to the arm. The arm is connected by a barbell joint that makes the arm have times 2 the movement. It can go up and down and left and right and all over the place. And at the bottom part of the arm, you can have a little swivel, but it's actually a ball joint, so you can go crazy with that. But just be careful since the ball joint's kind of a bit small in my opinion. Now here at the arm itself, it's supposed to be a double jointed elbow, but when I look at it, it only gives me one joint of movement. But in like some other reviews I saw, they have like 2 joints of movement. And lastly, the hand is just a normal plain ball joint. Now here at the body area, or what I like to call it the chest area, you need to be careful with this area because sometimes some collectors say that this is one of the tight parts of the figure. So like I said before, loosen up this part and just be careful with it. So this guy has 3 points of articulation here, of giving Kong a crunch forward and backwards, and you can make him go side to side as well. But just be careful since this part of the body, aka the chest, is a little bit tight, so be gentle. Now let's go to the legs. The legs are often getting broken by other collectors out there because of tight joints, so like I said before, always loosen up these joints and be careful with them. So if you like pop off the leg a little bit, you can see there's a little joint that makes the ball joint go up and down for a bit to make Kong have to adjust Kong's leg specifically. That's what they use this for. And basically the leg itself is just a ball joint, so you can make Kong's leg go forward and backwards and side to side. Now there's a little swivel joint, but it's actually a ball joint that acts like a swivel to make the leg go side to side. And since it's a ball joint, you can make the leg go a little bit side to side and bend the leg a bit. And there's a combination of ball joints near the foot. And there's also a foot nailing type of gimmick. So with the combination of these good ball joints and the good articulation by itself, you can make Kong do a lot of battle poses, or you can use this Kong for your stop motion animations. Now let's talk about accessories.
Bruh.
Now, this monkey comes with a lot of accessories, so let's look at them one by one. So Kong has an optional roaring head, and at the tongue, there's even a little ball joint that you can move the tongue around. And this monkey has an assortment of hands. Kong has fist, opening hands, holding hands, and knuckle walking hands. And yes, you can make these hands to make the monkey do a gorilla pose. And the holding hands, they can hold Kong's weapon, aka the battle axe. And I'm going to say is, this axe looks nice and epic, but be careful because this axe is a little bit sharp at the tip. Ah shit! But one little nitpick, I wish Kong has more optional heads, because in the movie, Kong showed a lot of emotion in the film. And plus, in other lines from Bandai, they have a lot of optional heads for their figures, like in SH Figure Arts for example. And for fuck's sake, the old Kong figure even have a PogChamp face. But that's pretty much it for accessories. I wish there was more stuff because you're paying 70 bucks for this guy, but that's all what Kong has. A little bit of hands, and an axe, and a roaring head. That's pretty much it. Now, let's go to size comparisons. Now keep in mind, this Kong figure is kinda a little bit small. Reason being, this figure was made to be scaled up with the 2021 Godzilla from the SH Monsters line. So let's see some other figures from my collection to size up with Kong. So, what are my final thoughts for this Kong figure? Well, for my first impressions of the SH Monster Arts line, this figure, in my honest opinion, was very nice. But I need to acknowledge the criticisms for this specific figure. Like I said before, I heard people breaking the joints of this figure because they're either the plastic was too fragile or the joints were just too tight. So if I were you, if you got this monkey figure, please and please put some dish soap or loosen up the joints with hot water or warm water. But at the end of the day, I still really like this figure for the other pros that this Kong figure has, like the good articulation, okay accessories, and that's pretty much it. I really enjoyed this figure, and if you're willing to pay $70 for this figure, well, go get it. It's pretty nice. Well, that's it for me. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more, just subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that's pretty much it. See you guys on my next video, when that's soon to come. Bye bye for now.
With a crazy rap skill, get ready to rumble. Now be the time, if you ain't know, now you know. Good luck, Phyllis. Do the impossible, see the invisible. Row, row, fight the power. Hush the untouchable, break the unbreakable. Row, row, fight the power. What you wanna do is what you wanna do. Just break the rule, then you see the truth. You see the view, cheap, baby. Row, row, fight the power. Second verse dedicates to the real peeps. What we gotta say is so real thing, cause revolution ain't never gonna televise. Kicking a map, whoa, microphone phenotype, opening third eyes.